Hi, I'm Alex.
And I'm Ethan.
And today we're going to talk about energy and how it relates to electrical and gas-powered cars.
Before really going into depth about energy and the transfer of energy in cars, we're going to touch upon how different types of cars work. First, we're going to discuss how gas-powered cars work.
The internal combustion engine works by injecting fuel into the combustion chamber and igniting the gas to produce power. The chemical potential energy stored in the fuel is converted to thermal energy by the combustion occurring inside of the internal combustion engine. Most gas-powered cars use 4-stroke engines. The 4 strokes in the Otto cycle are intake, compression, combustion, and exhaust strokes.
In this section, we're going to show you how electric cars work. Some good abbreviations to know are EVs, electric vehicles, BEVs, battery electric vehicles, HEVs, hybrid electric vehicles, and ICEs, internal combustion engines. First off, an electric vehicle has a large array of rechargeable batteries, at least one electric motor, a controller that feeds electricity to the electric motors based on input from the accelerator pedal, and a charging system. In most vehicles that are completely electric, electricity is supplied through a rechargeable battery pack that can be plugged into a power source for charging. For EVs, it can take as little as 1 hour to recharge the car using a high voltage public quick charge station, or as long as 12 hours using a standard household outlet. The 3 main components of an electric car are the electric motor, controller, and battery. When you switch on the car, the current is transferred from the battery. The controller takes power from the battery and transfers it onto the electric motor. The electric motor then transfers electrical energy to mechanical energy. The mechanical energy moves the vehicle forward. The controller stands as the buyer of power from battery and gives output power to motor accordingly.
Hybrid electric vehicles, or HEVs, combine the benefits of internal combustion engines and electric motors. HEVs are unique because they can be configured to obtain different objectives. As the engine of the hybrid car starts to warm up, the electric motor acts as a generator, transferring the energy from the engine into electricity and storing it in the battery. Just like a gasoline-powered car, the engine powers the vehicle at cruising speeds using internal combustion, which is what we talked about earlier on in the video. Whenever the car is accelerating or additional power is required, both the gasoline engine and the electric motor are used to propel the car forward.
In this part of the video, we're going to compare gas-powered cars with electric cars and see how much energy they use in joules. We'll also see why it may be better to drive an electric car over a gas-powered car. First, we are going to look at the pros and cons of an electric car and also how much energy they use. Some of the pros to driving an electric car are: it is cheaper to drive. Average all-electric cars require $3.74 worth of electricity to travel 100 miles. A comparable conventional car costs $13.36. This is based on assumptions of average fuel and electricity costs, and your actual difference may of course vary. Drivers also no longer have to stop at gas stations, and charging can be done while they are occupied doing more meaningful things. Numerous states and local governments offer some form of incentive for buying EVs. One major con is that the range on these cars is limited. Many of the electric cars on the market today, excluding the Tesla Model S, are not able to go past 70 to 100 miles without being recharged. Recharging also takes longer than filling up the car. Gas-powered cars can be more convenient than electric cars when it comes to driving long distances. However, it is still more expensive to refill a tank of gas than it is to recharge your battery. That being said, it also takes a longer time to charge an EV's battery.
Hybrid cars may also be overall better than driving a gas-powered car as well. There are many aspects of a hybrid car that make it better than your average gasoline-powered car. With hybrid cars, you can travel longer distances than electric cars and nearly as long as most gasoline-powered cars. This is because of the electric motor used in hybrid cars. Once gas is no longer being used in a hybrid car, the power being used is shifted from the internal combustion engine to the motor, making the car run longer. However, in terms of actual performance, electric cars tend to be significantly heavier due to the need for batteries to power the electric motor. Also, they cannot be shifted manually, which many people prefer because it is much more engaging and fun for the driver. The Tesla Roadster consumes 50 kilowatt of power to travel a constant speed of 60 miles per hour. The Lotus Elise, from which the Tesla Roadster is derived, has a rated fuel consumption of 27 miles per gallon at 60 miles per hour. If both cars travel for 1 hour at 60 miles per hour, they will cover a distance of 60 miles. In that time, the Tesla Roadster will have used 15 kilowatt hours of energy, while the Lotus Elise will have used 2.22 gallons of fuel. Typical fuels contain 33 kilowatt hours of chemical potential energy per gallon. This means the Lotus utilized 73.33 kilowatt hours of energy. This is approximately 4.88 times as much energy as the Tesla. This makes the electric Tesla Roadster approximately 5 times more energy efficient than the Lotus Elise. Both electric and gas-powered cars suffer from a variety of different energy losses. The aerodynamic resistance produced by a car, the tires producing a certain amount of drag on the ground as well as aerodynamic resistance, drivetrain losses such as the chemical energy of the gasoline or electricity stored in the battery converted to and given off as thermal energy, and the ancillary losses of cooling fans, pumps, lights, etc.
To wrap things up, energy is transferred in a car in many different ways. For example, gas being burned or electricity being used in a hybrid car or a traditional electric car. The fuel and energy efficiency of these kinds of cars vary, and in many cases the electric vehicles or hybrid vehicles are much more efficient than the gas-powered cars using internal combustion engines.
So overall, whether it be a gas-powered car using an internal combustion engine, or a car powered by an electric motor, or a combination of both, the transfer of energy is apparent in the functioning of these systems.